Hey YouTube, what's up? James Hoff with RERAW here, and thank you so much for checking out my content. I appreciate you clicking on this video, and before you see it, 949-216-5448. That's right, you can join my free texting community right now. A lot of one-on-one engagement with me, tips and tricks, motivation, early access, early announcements, all kinds of great stuff. Don't miss out, 949-216-5448. And now to the video that you have been waiting for.
Looking to take you and your real estate business to the next level? You're in the right place. Laying foundations for real estate success? This is the No Fluff, No BS podcast about real estate for real estate agents and other industry professionals looking to up their game. Unfiltered short-form sales meetings, interviews with agents from every walk of life, and ramble sessions about everything real estate. Welcome to a new mindset. You are listening to RERAW. And now, introducing your host, James Hoff.
What's happening, folks, and welcome back. Happy Monday. We are sitting here at another weekly RERAW sales meeting, 20 minutes or less, and we are out the door. Thank you for caring enough about your personal and professional growth and development to be here with me. I appreciate your time, energy, and attention for just a few minutes so that we can continue making this industry better by making ourselves better. Before we jump into our topic about automation, we are doing everything automation and systems today. I want to take a moment to recall last week's episode where we talked about having a weekly plan. So, if you didn't have a weekly plan, the first question I would ask is why? Why did you not have a plan of action? If you did have a weekly plan, if you decided to take action and take a step towards greater discipline, how did this past week go? Did you stick to the plan that you made for yourself? We talked about having a plan of action that is trackable and measurable. How is that going? Where can you improve? These are the types of questions you want to ask every week. And it's not to find a place of improvement or to find an area that you messed up so that you can feel bad about it, but rather to find an area that you can just continue your growth and development. Did you find that any of the activities that you wrote down were not effective for you? Not saying that you tried it one time and now you've got all the answers and you know that it does or doesn't work, but did you find something that you're just not passionate about? Did you realize that you've neglected something that you feel more excited to participate in? What kind of actions did you take this past week that are measurable and trackable that you are committed to improving on, embedding yourself in so that you can do better? If you did get off track, this is a great opportunity for you to identify those moments of weakness because we're only a week away from where we were a week ago, last Monday, where we talked about our plan and having a plan. So it's your opportunity to refocus, to notice where you can improve and get back on track. See, that's what's great about it. We just make small adjustments every week instead of looking back at our year and going, oh, geez, got really far off pace. Got to get back on track. No, we do it every week. So these are the types of questions you should be asking every week. Just go over it yourself, open that book. What did you do in this past week? And give yourself a score. How efficient were you? How prepared were you? How committed were you? And how specific were you? How intentional were you with your actions? And how intense were you with your actions? Did you just kind of go through the motions or did you really make it happen? All right, so this is something that you can focus on for a couple of minutes. If you need to pause the episode, go ahead and do that, but make sure you're taking the opportunity to reflect on this stuff weekly. We're going to jump right into the topic now, talking about everything automated, everything systematized today. You know, there's good and bad sides to all that we do. So really a lot of what we talk about is about recognizing and understanding both the pros and the cons to the different things and the different strategies and tactics that we choose to deploy. Like systems are great, for example, and having automation is wonderful. It frees up a lot of time. It can keep you in front of people while you're doing other things. So it kind of gives the illusion and makes you closest to having the ability to actually being in two places at once, or multitasking, if you will, right? Those emails are dripping out over here while you're spending time showing a client homes on the other side, right? It can make you more efficient. It can make you more organized. So having automation and systems in place and very strategic, rudimentary things that you do is good, because it, like I said, it creates that organization. But what is it that you're automating? And how much are you automating? What systems do you currently have in place? Now, there's basic and advanced, and I'm not talking about what's good or bad, but just jog your memory for a minute. Are you automating emails? Do you have automated marketing that goes out every couple of weeks in the way of mailers? There's a lot of CRMs that'll that have auto dialers for cold calling that allow you to backdoor voicemails and just drop 1,000 messages at a time, or just drop a message that can be pre-recorded that you just, every time you click the button, it drops another one. As soon as you hear the voicemail, you don't have to spend any more time on the phone. It drops it in there. Do you have auto text campaigns or auto video campaigns? What is it that you're automating currently? What kind of systems do you have in place? And if you don't have a lot deployed right now, then think about what you would like to have. What kind of systems would you like to have in place? What kind of things are you doing currently that you feel like, gosh, if I could just find a way to take this off my plate and just click play and let it go, it would free up so much of my time. What is it that you're doing that is taking too much of your time for what it's worth? Your time is more valuable than the activity that you're working on, and having a system or some sort of automation or drip in place would help you. I want you to think about those. Now, what we're not going to do in this meeting is talk about good versus bad automation, because again, we all do things a little bit differently. Now, there's some basics that are productive, but again, what works for you may not work for me, and vice versa, right? But today, instead, what we're going to do is look at where you could free up some of your time to create a self-analysis about where you could choose to do things more efficiently and with a higher level of organization. But I also want to take you on another adventure to explore the possibility and get the wheels turning about the idea that some of you may actually be over-automated right now, that you may have so many systems in place and have such a robotic method to all that you do that you've literally taken the humanity out of your interactions, and you've just become this automated drip campaign to everybody and everything that you touch and talk to. We spend so much time, money, effort, and energy trying to get people into our sphere of influence that are close to us, that we can impact, right? And it's amazing to me how quickly we will set somebody up on a drip campaign and leave them for dead if they are not ready to buy, sell, rent, invest, do something immediately that makes us money. And then we oftentimes feel like if we set them up on a drip campaign that was enough. That was all we needed to do, because we talked to them on the front end. They knew that we were available. They get my monthly marketing emails, and they get an occasional postcard and a automated birthday note or whatever, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Why didn't they call me? Maybe because you're so automated that you've lost the human touch. So I want you to think about the systems that you have in place, and I want you to think about, have you over-automated? Are you actually reaching out and personally touching the business? Or is it all left to the computers until people reach out to you? Now, for some of you who say, well, I just don't have time, well, you may not be doing things as efficiently as you could, or maybe it's time for you to think about hiring somebody for your business. That'll be a deeper conversation in a different direction, but think about that for a minute. If you don't have time because you have such a successful whirlwind of business coming in on a regular basis that you can't even touch your sphere of influence or connect with people, maybe it's time for you to hire someone. So think about that kind of stuff. Another thing food for thought here. Are you doing what you hate having done to you? Have you automated something that like you've had that robotic phone call, right, come into you, and you hate that pre-recorded message, but are you sending out those pre-recorded messages? Now, I'm not suggesting that everything that you don't like doing or feel uncomfortable about that you should just push by the wayside, right? And just let it go. But I want you to think about how you feel when other businesses, other salespeople, other professionals are soliciting you, and think about how it makes you feel when you have certain systems that are coming after you. And think about, have you deployed something similar? And think about, are you making other people feel a way that you don't like to feel? Just food for thought. Again, that not good or bad. I just want you to think about what you have there. Have you removed the sense of humanity from your business by over automating? Jay Danzy has a quote that I like a lot. It goes like this: your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling after an experience with you is your trademark. And I think this is such a powerful quote because it's a reminder that you have to be you to achieve what he just said in that quote. You have to be you. But not only do you have to be you, you have to be present. You can't give off your true personality. You can't show off that great smile you got unless you're communicating personally with people. Those pre-recorded messages are great for, hey, I just got a new listing and I wanted to let you know that it's there, blah, blah, blah. But there's something to be said for making someone feel special. You know, our time is our greatest asset. I don't care how much money you make. Time is the only thing on the face of the earth that you just can't get back. You can't get it back. So when you are giving that time to somebody else, when you're giving that moment of genuine, personal, and authentic touch and communication, it's special. And in today's world where we are running so fast to keep up with everything going on around us, keeping up with the constant change in technology and the faster pace that our biggest competitor has, we lose that personal touch so quickly. You must, and I require you, if you want to change and be the best version of you and have the best and most successful business that you can have, you must get more human in your business. I'm not telling you to stop the automated emails, to stop the drip campaigns, to stop the marketing, to stop the postcards and the texting and the auto dialers and the YouTube videos and the whatever, the newsletters, all the stuff that you've got. I'm not telling you to stop it. I'm just reminding you to inject you into the equation so that you can have relationships. So often our relationships are only 30 or 40 or 60 days because we start and stop them. We push start and stop at the beginning and end of the escrow. If I could pat myself on the back for anything, it would be that I become friends with most of my clients. And I'm not saying besties where we go out all the time and we're always drinking beers, but I become friends with them. I always feel like when we have our next conversation, it's right where we left off. I genuinely care about people. There's always a few that we let slip by the wayside. I've had the knuckleheads too, but you understand what I'm saying. I care enough about the people I work with to stay in touch, to build that relationship. You might think that you've built a relationship during the course of escrow, but how really genuine and authentic can it be if it just stops at the end and then starts again 3, 4, 5, 8 years later when they go to sell or buy another property or whatever? KeithFerrazzi, he's the author of Never Eat Alone. He's got a great question that he asks. I'll quote the question and the answer. It goes like this: would you say we are getting more or less relational in our current time and history? And he answers that question by saying we are more connected, but we are less relational. Think about that one for a minute. In this world of automation and robotics and systems, we are more connected than ever before. The ease of communication is in some ways so easy because it's at our fingertips constantly. Infinite resources to just click a button and communicate with someone. But it's overwhelming all the same because you just sometimes don't know where to go, which direction to take, right? We're paralyzed by the devices that we end up hiding behind because it's so much easier to just feel like we're connected through our Facebook and feel like we're connected through Instagram and through Snapchat and through all these other things, right? but are you really touching and reaching out to other people and holding their hand and patting their back and giving them hugs and and guiding them together as human beings? So as we wrap things up today, because 20 minutes goes so fast, but I'm committed to making sure that you have as much time as you can to being out in the field. I feel like my energy level has just gone from like good to like through the roof by the end of this session, because I'm so passionate about this. You have to, the message for the week is have your plan and automate what you need to. Free up your time, be organized and efficient, but don't over automate. And if you have all these systems and automation in place, that's perfectly fine as long as you personally are still injected in your own business. Do not automate yourself out of your business. You and your time is the greatest asset that you have, that you can provide to others. Make them feel special by giving them part of you. That is the strongest and most productive way that you can build your relationships. So have your systems in place. If you don't have systems in place, think about the ones that you need to put in place so that you can be more efficient. You don't need to manually type every single one of those emails, but you got to make sure you periodically make that phone call, or you do send that personal email every now and again. There's nothing wrong with the big branding concepts and keeping your face physically in front of somebody and your name physically in front of somebody. But you do have to personally reach out and humanize the process and the relationship building and the engagement and interaction. So that is the message I have for you today. Folks, you have been listening to yet another 20-minute or less weekly RERAW sales meeting. I'm your host, James Hoff. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. Get out there this week and kick some ass. Have your plan, do amazing, and remember something. Real agents work. You need to be one of them. Have a great week.